Good morning, my dear friends. Today I'm here to talk about battling depression. Don't get depressed by the word depression. Hearing the word itself is very scary and daunting and, really gets you down. But you can look at me. I'm full of energy and there is nothing that you should be depressed about because I'm your motivational muse here, ready to save you, pull you out, and rescue you from any depression. So, yes, I'm here to talk about how you can battle depression with self care. You don't have to go, I'm not saying that you don't, if you're very seriously in depression, that's a different thing when you go for medical help and you go to a psychologist or you go for some treatment and medicines. I'm not talking about medications and all. I'm just talking about the self care which you can do, which I can help you with as your motivator. So now it is a challenging and continuous process which every individual on this earth has to go through. So just remember, you're not the only person suffering in some way. Very often, we tend to think that we are the only one suffering, and we tend to also ask this question, why me? The others around me seem to be so happy and so good at everything, and everything is going well for them. Then why is it happening to me? Why me, Lord? There's a song also like that, a hymn. And everyone goes through depression. Everyone goes through a hard time, a hard phase in life. Parents wondering how they can make ends meet, especially when things are there, like some one of the parents are laid off from a job, or both are laid off from a job. How are they going to meet the bills? How are they going to manage everything? If they are a young couple starting out their life and they don't have the necessities, then how are they going to do it? So there is stress for parents. There's stress for children. Stress for children when they are in a family and they have to give their exams, and they always told like you have to study, you have to study, you have to study. These children go into depression that we have nothing else to do but study. So make such a routine for the children that I've seen these foreigners do it a lot. We are Indians, so we tend to be a little bit mollycoddling our children, keeping them in a comfort kind of zone. But I think that is a little bit, keeping children in a comfort zone is uh, helping them to become lazy or helping them to become little dependent on you, dependent on you for everything. So dependency that way is not good. It is better to keep the child engaged in various tasks so that that child does not get stressed. Then a mother who is pregnant, there are lots of mood swings that go on when a woman is pregnant, and this can bring on depression when she's expecting, when she's finished having her baby. Then you have postpartum blues. You have these things to deal with. Then you have the body out of shape and how to get it back. So you start stressing, you start getting depressed, you start wondering if you're ever going to get back to your energy levels which you had before the pregnancy, and if you're ever going to get that body back. Believe you me, it all happens naturally. It's just a matter of time. If you're breastfeeding the baby and doing your normal routine jobs, it's very easy to get back. Those who have cesareans and all those take a little more time and they are a little more, the recovery period is greater. So, but yes, they too get depressed. Then teenagers, parents get depressed with teenagers because they don't understand them enough. The levels, they are the generation gap is difficult to be bridged at that time. The children are expecting something. They are volatile in their behavior. They have mood swings also. They have these tantrums which they throw. They have a number of things. They have peer pressure in school which they have to deal with. You don't know. So encourage your children to talk to you. Encourage your children to share everything that has happened with you. So then you will definitely come to know if there is somebody harassing them in the school, or if it is some teacher, or if there is something known as uh, now they have the POSCO, uh, legal aid for children. So if they are being harassed that way in school, you will come to find out about it, and you will be able to give timely help to them. So always talk to your children, encourage them to talk to you. I'm not alarming you in any way. I'm just telling you to be aware of it and make your children aware of it. That first of all, don't talk to strangers, And then if somebody is making you feel uncomfortable in some way, report it to the parents, explain to them all those details. I will have another video on that. What are the things you should be telling your children, so that they're not unaware of the dangers involved in somebody giving them sweets and chocolates and all. Yes, that's another thing. Don't let them get used to having these sweets and chocolates and ice cream and all that, because these are things outsiders tempt them with. And when they tempt them with these things, then it can become dangerous. They can be led away and led astray, and then outsiders can take advantage of them. So be careful. Don't let them get these kind of habits. Give them, but keep it very limited, and say it's not good for the teeth, it's not good for the health. So preferably don't have it. Have a fruit. Whoever entices anyone with the fruit, except Snow White and the seven dwarfs with the wicked queen giving her an apple. Yeah. So teenagers also go into depression. Then students, just before the exams, they go into depression. So during the exams, take time off to sit down with them, chat with them. How was your paper? What is the preparation tomorrow? Which paper do you have? What you're going to do? What is the line of study which you have outlined? Can I take up something for you? And that will also reduce their stress. Then young adults falling in and out of love. That's another problem. Many young college students, I'm a college teacher, like a professor, so I know this. I have a psychology, I was head of humanities, so I have literature, psychology, and BJMC, that is business and mass communication also. So I had students from all these departments with me, and there would be these cases when somebody's falling in love with someone, and then they are rejected, and then they feel dejected. It's just infatuation at that age, actually, and it's not permanent. Let me tell you, if anyone is listening to my video within that bracket, and even the parents, please just tell your children that this is not the be all and end all. These things keep happening, and you will get over it, and this is not the time to make these kind of decisions. And if you make these decisions at this time, then you'll regret it for a lifetime. So what do you want to do now? With Valentine's Day around the corner, there will be another video on the Valentine's Day problems also. It can be good and it can be bad if it is not utilized in the correct manner or not explained in the proper manner. And then the very concept changes, and when the concept changes, then these things are less likely to happen. Then in the workplace, there's tremendous pressure. There, my goodness, there is, I always call it a dog eat dog kind of an atmosphere, because everyone is trying to eat everyone else's job up. They are trying to show that they are very good and put the others down. And there is somebody always undercutting you, and there is somebody always going behind your back and complaining, and all that kind of thing happening. So in the workplace, you have peer pressure, but pressure to perform, pressure to be better than the others. Be better, no, but I won't say cutthroat competition kind of a thing, that yes, to be good, I will cut someone down. No, if you're good, then you do your job, and if that person is good, let that person do the job, and then let your work prove itself now, who is better. Never think that just because you go and complain to the higher authorities, you can spoil someone's name, because sooner or later that same thing is going to happen to you. And then when it happens to you, you will be feeling very sad. And then you will realize, oh, it happened to that person and I was not very sympathetic, and today it's happening to me. Today I got the axe and I've been laid off. So this can become stressful, especially if you have given it your all and you have really, gone the extra mile, walked the extra mile to just get work done, and think that these people will appreciate it and maybe give you a promotion or maybe give you a raise, instead of which they demote you, demoralize you, and maybe they even get rid of you. Then professional jealousy. This is all under professional jealousy. Professional jealousy is something you have to just battle with your own competency in your particular subject. Because if you know your job and if you are very good at it and if you are doing it all on time, then even the best of people who are complaining now, they will be exposed sooner or later that they are doing this stuff just to create a problem for you. Then again, I say self-care is very important. Make sure you get your full sleep. Make sure you get your exercise. Exercise is very important. Now I've reached this age when I realize that I didn't exercise when I was younger. It was always like, do this, do that, do that. And then you get so tired at the end of the day and you say, I walked around the house so much. Now I don't need to exercise. But how much do you walk in the house? When I count the steps, I get disheartened. If I go for a walk outside, I do about 5,000, 6,000 steps. And if I'm inside the house the whole day and I've been walking around from room to room, still, if when I look at it, it seems like, oh my goodness, I haven't done much at all. It's just come to 80, 90 steps. Sometimes just 10, 15 steps. Because I'm not holding my phone the whole time, so it doesn't get recorded. Anyway, so then meditate. Meditation and yoga also helps to reduce the high blood pressure. It will help to give you those endorphins, which will raise your mood, and that is what you want. Then you can join a support group or a support team. Like in the morning, we have this prayer group, and they do exercise, they do yoga, and then they walk also together, and they support each other. If somebody hasn't come, he was sick, and they go over there and find out what happened. So have a support group, be a team player, be patient and kind with yourself. Never be too stressful on yourself. You have to be kind and patient with yourself. Self love, self care. It all begins right there when you're looking after yourself. Don't overwork, overstrain, overstress. All this leads to depression. And depression is something which you can get rid of. It's not something that you have to live with and, die because of that. So, self rejuvenation and self preservation. This is what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I will be back with another video which is interesting and which will help you to lead your life to the maximum and be the best version of yourself. Have a wonderful day.